Hello everyone, welcome back to another custom die cast review. This one isn't my proudest for a couple reasons, and I'll kind of list off why. So first things first, I did have to kind of redo some of the decals because this is a 2022 die cast, and the die cast that I made out of it was 2023. So of course I had to kind of flip around a few things. For the contingency panel, I had to repaint the car itself and match the white and the red and put a line where that line is to kind of separate it. So I had to repaint it, had to print off decals, place them correctly, size them correctly, and then I had to paint the quarter panel back here because there was something here, I don't remember what it was, but there was something here that was not on the car from Martinsville. I had to make my own rear banner because I don't have those yet. I didn't make them. I had to remake the B-post because the B-post is black on the 2022 variant versus the 2023 variant, which is white. So I had to reprint those. And to top it all off, my printer did not print the way it normally does because my Wi-Fi at the time was pretty garbage. There's something going on with my extender. For whatever reason, I don't know why it's not working right. We got it fixed now, but before I was trying to get everything printed off. So my printer is based off of Wi-Fi. In fact, it has its own little Wi-Fi thing, but it has to be connected to a Wi-Fi for it to work. So depending on how strong your internet connection is to the printer, it depends on the quality of the printing. So if you have great internet, you know, your settings will be just have like as you have it. But with mine, where my internet wasn't good, they were a little bit blurrier than normal because they didn't have a good connection. So on top of that, with the blurriness being shrunk, because, you know, that's how it happens. The more you shrink something, the more kind of like blurrier it gets. On top of that, and the quality of the decals, because my printer wasn't very, like, working very well because of the connection, they turned out not so great. Like the South Point logo here, I had to remake that entire thing, and it still looks like crap because my printer wasn't connected to a good Wi-Fi, and the B-post is a little blurry. This turned out okay, that turned out okay, everything else was alright, the banner's printed out okay. So this one took a lot of time, because again, I had to remake decals, I had to make my own type of decal, repaint the car, cover up stuff, go over stuff. It was hard. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty difficult. And also, just for a cherry on top, I customized this fully in Tennessee. I think the only thing I didn't do was the spoiler and splitter. I think I did that here at the house. But other than that, this one was made in Tennessee. The painting, the just dry brushing. I think I did the wheels at the house, but most of it was made in Tennessee. So that's pretty cool. Just to kind of have customs made in a different state. But I did just want to explain why some of the decals were kind of crap. That's why, because my printer, one, isn't the best, so it's not super crystal clear, but two, it was on top of bad internet, so it made it worse. So that was very frustrating, but nonetheless, I did, I think, good enough to kind of put this off for eBay. So either way, I still think it's a cool piece. I'm proud of what I was able to do with it. Moving around the decals and matching the paint was hard, but I did it pretty well. You can barely tell it was even done. So I'm not super, you know, upset with it, but everything else I think turned out pretty good, other than what I had to reprint. So on the hood here, we are just going to go ahead and kick this off. We got Whelan, however you ever want to say that there, manufactured in America there. Got some, of course you got some build up there. I forgot the freaking word for a minute. Creed, I did have to reprint this banner because where it's 2022, it was a earlier version of, like, the cars. So just like with the, who was it? Gregson. Just like with the Gregson car, they didn't have the purple banner, so I had to reprint the purple banner and kind of carry it into the other Creed banner there. So you do have some detail there, red, blue, and green on the dashboard. On the roof, got a little bit of race wear, not a whole lot. I got the number 2 there with the camera and Whelan, however you want to say that there. We do have the updated 2023 playoff rear, whatchamacallit here, the rear name banner. There we go. I don't know why I couldn't figure that out, but Yeah, so this one was kind of hard to do. All I had to do was take my normal banner that I had printed off, scooch the name over a little bit, and then I had to, like, crop out the 75th anniversary type-esque style for NASCAR and put it on the end. And even then, I still didn't reach all the way, but it's going to be hard to kind of, like, keep down because it's got these little notches here that are not flush with the windshield. So it's a little hard, but I kind of pressed it in there as much as I could to kind of fold it and mold it around the little orange holes. Just that way it still sticks on there pretty good. Team Fox for Parkinson's research on the deck lid here. Got Whalen, again, however you want to say that, Lukuma. Got the number 2, Camaro. Now, there was a rookie stripes on the back here because this was 2022, but of course I painted over it, and you can't even tell they're there. So that's, I mean, if you really look, yeah, you can see, if you really look, you can tell that it is covered up, but either way, just kind of like without the shine on it, it looks perfect. So really happy with how that came out. I'll tell you what though, I'm really enjoying doing these custom 124s. Whalen, again, however you want to say that there. More raceware, got some green and black mixtures of donut marks there. South Point Hotel and Casino, again, it is blurry, but I mean, it was hard to, I might have to go back over that and fix it. I don't know if I can. I'm sure I could, but I don't know. We'll have to see. I might fix that because it bothers me a little bit. Sheldon Creed got a blurry B-post, but I can still tell what they are. Chevrolet, Lucas Oil, Sherman-Williams, and Comedic, possibly. I don't remember. I made that B-post myself, but it wasn't that blurry whenever I went to print it, I promise. Xfinity Playoffs, Comedic, I think. Arrowhead. Then 75th anniversary, got the round of 8 right there. Of course, got some donut marks, a little more raceware, rubbed up tires on both sides, the front and back. Got some more raceware, a little bit of damage, I believe, right here. Moving to the front, got Camaro, RCR, got the number 2, a little bit of raceware on the splitter down here. I need to change the color I'm using, because this is a matte purple. I want a gloss purple, and I never bought one, but I really need to. A little more raceware on the front there. Let's see, more raceware on the side here. Of course, you got a rubbed up tire. Here's where it got hard. Now, if you look at this close up, I don't think it looks very good, in my opinion. I can say that because I made it. So, I don't think it looks very good, but if you kind of like set it off to the side, you know, it doesn't look that bad, but it was really hard to tell because freaking Creed was standing in front of the door and I couldn't tell what marks were where. So I really tried to replicate the donut marks as much as I could. Of course, that's from Justin Allgaier kind of banging into him at the end. So it was hard to kind of recreate that. I really did my best. I probably sat there for 15 to 20 minutes trying to recreate every little line at the perfect height and the perfect curvature with the right colors and everything. So it was very difficult. I'm sure I could have done a lot better, but it's the best I could do. I don't know how I feel about the donut marks itself, but everything else came out okay other than some of the decals I had to print off, so I don't know, it's kind of hard. Got the window net down here, though. Nothing else on the interior that I did, but the window net's down. More raceware back here, a little bit of fuel spillage. I had to cover up something there as well. And then, of course, you got the rubbed out tire there. So, undercarriage, of course, we do have some of that. I added a little more detail this time. And I did use a little different type of red. Went from matte to gloss. I can redo that there. I can see that's not really perfect, so I'll have to redo that. And then we got these little blue wires here that I kind of painted that I really like doing the detail of on top of the transmission here, or on the bottom, I guess you could say. So the transmission, the exhaust, and all that stuff was already painted. This stuff up here was painted. I painted the blue underneath the transmission. The little drive shaft cover here I painted. This little red thing I painted. And, of course, the back axles with the supports painted as well, along with the fuel tank back here. So there's that. Now we're going to pop the hood, which, I mean, there's nothing crazy special about the underneath of this hood. It's just the same thing it was before. As you can see, actually, I probably should have painted some more in there. Like, I should have done, like, a yellow for the covers, for it being Chevy, and I could have painted, like, a blue where that little silver thing is there. I could have done some more. I mean, yeah, I could have, but I really don't worry about the engine detail because I know a lot of people don't really have their hoods open, and, I mean, you know, it's just extra stuff anyway. So underneath you do have the Chevy logo with a black background, but that's pretty much it for this specific custom. Now, I did make 2 customs in Tennessee. One was a Bristol Dirt Alex Bowman 124, so that one will be reviewed here shortly. Hopefully, anyway. It should. I don't know why it wouldn't be, but nonetheless, this is one of the customs I had done while I was on vacation. This one is a very hit or miss car. I think if I had a better quality decals, they would be a little better, but again, I might run over on them again. I'm not going to reprint the contingencies, but I'm really considering reprinting the South Point because that thing sucked, and I'm probably going to reprint the B-Post also. I will have an update if I do that, but I'm not too sure. But that will be all for this custom diecast review. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.